If you're an introvert who wants to earn money online, you've probably heard this advice over and over again. People have said things to you like, just go live, or you need to show your face, or what about this one? People only buy from people that they can see and trust. If you're anything like me, this advice feels exhausting, and honestly, it is downright discouraging, because the truth is, not everyone wants to build a personal brand on camera. Some of us value privacy, and some of us don't want to be recognized everywhere we go. And many of us have families and jobs to consider and protect. And maybe we are simply better creators when we can work quietly behind the scenes. So in this video, I'm going to share the top 10 real ways that introverts can earn online without getting on camera or showing their face on social media. I'm going to count down from number 10 to number 1. And number 1 is my absolute favorite. In fact, once you understand number 1, almost everything else on this list becomes easier. I would even go so far as to say that without number 1, everything else on this list is not even possible. I know this topic extremely well because I have personally tried every single one of these methods. I've invested money, time, and energy, and I've learned all the hard lessons so you don't have to. So let's get started. Number 10, selling physical products. One of the most obvious ways to earn online without showing your face is by selling physical products through platforms like Amazon, Etsy, or Shopify. The benefit is simple. You never need to get on camera, and platforms like Amazon have already built in traffic from people actively searching to buy. The downside, though, is inventory. You may need to store products in your home or pay to store them in warehouses. And if something doesn't sell, you're stuck with physical inventory you don't even want or need. And this is not something you can easily pivot away from. I tried this briefly, but for me, the risk and the logistics didn't outweigh the benefits. I eventually realized that, for me personally, digital products made more sense. And the reason is that they offered greater flexibility, which is why most of the remainder of this list focuses on them. Number 9, freelance work. Now, freelancing can absolutely work for introverts, and some people make excellent money doing it. But it's important to understand what freelancing really involves. You need a specific skill or multiple skills, time to build up your own credibility. You need a portfolio and samples to put on that portfolio, and you must have the patience to move up ranking systems on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. And finally, last but not least, you need testimonials. You can't have testimonials without clients. And it seems like you can't get clients without testimonials. I call it the driver's license paradox. You can't drive without a license, and you can't get a license until you drive. Now, obviously, it can be done, but it doesn't happen overnight. And like many things, getting started is the hardest part. I teach many of these freelance skills inside my free community, along with these 3 main ways that freelancers can find clients. First, on freelance platforms or job sites. Second, job boards, like LinkedIn, for example. And third, direct outreach or email pitching. Freelancing can be a great starting point, but it is still service-based work. You're trading time for money, and eventually, many introverts want something more scalable. Number 8, creating your own digital products or courses. This is actually where I started online. Creating your own courses, guides, or digital products can be incredibly powerful when done correctly. Once created, they can generate income for years. The challenge is that creating good courses is a lot of real work. You need clear problem-solving outlines and organization. You need structure with lots of royalty-free images, videos, and sometimes music, and a willingness to improve your product over time. The good news? AI tools have made course creation significantly easier than it used to be, and I teach exactly how to leverage them inside my community. But the real catch, though, is this. Even the best products won't sell if no one sees it. At some point, you need people, an audience, who trust you enough to buy. Number 7, publishing books. Now this one felt like a dream solution for me at first. I love writing, and publishing books seemed like the perfect introvert-friendly income stream. And yes, some authors earn great money from books written years ago. But what I didn't fully understand early on was how critical reviews and visibility are. Writing the book is only part of the work. Editing, formatting, marketing, and gathering reviews all matter. You can do this ethically and legitimately, but once again, authors who succeed usually already have an audience willing to buy and review their work. That realization became a pattern that I could no longer ignore. Number 6, blogging and SEO articles. I still love blogging. I love WordPress. I love building content-based websites. In the past, ranking blog posts in search engines was one of the best faceless income strategies available. Today, it is more complicated. People are increasingly turning to AI tools for answers rather than Google search results. Blogging isn't dead, but it's not as predictable as it once was. You can still drive traffic through Pinterest and other platforms, but blogging now works best as part of a larger ecosystem, not as a standalone strategy. And once again, traffic and audience matter. Number 5, website and sales funnel design. Designing websites and sales funnels can be a high-income skill if you enjoy graphic design, copywriting, and systems and structure. Now, I personally love this work and have spent years learning and earning certifications. The upside? It has strong income potential. You can make reusable templates, and it is in high demand. However, the downside is that it has a steep learning curve. Client acquisition is still necessary, and it is still a service-based business unless it is systemized. It can be very rewarding, but it is not easy money, and it requires consistency and confidence in your skills. Number 4, starting a small business agency. This is one of the biggest opportunities right now. Many small businesses are outdated, especially since the rise of AI tools. Business owners don't have time to learn new systems, they don't want to manage tech, and they are happy to pay for solutions. Agencies can provide a range of valuable services and improvements for small businesses, such as websites that actually convert, content scheduling, AI phone and chat agents, advertising, and automation. The potential here is real, but the challenge, you still need to reach out and get clients, and you still need to learn what business owners don't want to learn themselves. This can work really well, but it is not passive and it is not for everyone. Number 3, selling other people's products or services. This is one of my personal favorites. Affiliate marketing and master reseller rights allow you to earn without creating everything yourself. Affiliate programs pay commissions for referrals, and master reseller rights often allow you to keep 100% of the sale. This can be extremely powerful, especially when paired with your own products or content. But once again, it only works if you have people to recommend them to. If you have no audience, you have no sales. Number 2, starting an online community. Communities used to live mostly on Facebook, and many creators, like myself, learned the hard way how fragile that was. That's why I recommend owning your own platform whenever possible. The platform that I personally recommend is Skool. It allows you to host videos and courses, create multiple income tiers, pay affiliates, network with other communities, and get organic platform traffic. Communities are powerful. They create connections, build trust, and generate reoccurring income. I can show you step by step how to start your own Skool community. However, they still need one thing to grow, and that one thing is traffic. And finally, last but not least, number 1, faceless lead generation and content creation. This is the foundation, or it should be. This is the skill that makes everything else on this list work. If you can generate attention, leads, and trust without showing your face, you can unlock every other income stream that we've talked about. Faceless content allows you to build an audience, protect your privacy, test ideas quickly, and scale without burnout. This is why my community and this YouTube channel focus heavily on faceless video strategies, content that can be used across multiple platforms, AI-assisted creation, and systems that compound over time. Before I discovered these introvert-friendly and faceless ways to build an audience online, I avoided going public at all cost. In fact, I would say that my resistance to building an audience was, without a doubt, my biggest mistake. I knew I needed to build one, but I kept putting it off. I'm going to share with you just a few of the roadblocks, challenges, and resistance that I faced that stopped me from succeeding in the past. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to any of these. I was worried about my job and I didn't want my boss to find out. Because of my job, I was unable to present something different online. I felt like I didn't fit into certain social media circles. I was a private person who had no desire to be an influencer. I couldn't settle in on just one niche. I was interested in too many things. I was overwhelmed by too many choices and I stayed confused. I continuously had doubts about myself and my abilities. I wanted everything to be perfect before I could go all in. I hated being the center of attention. I was terrified of doing something wrong. My conscience stopped me from making a lot of sales. I didn't want to be that pushy entrepreneur. I was afraid of being attacked or criticized online. I was afraid of disappointing God because my faith was so important to me. I felt like I couldn't compete against all of the experts out there or keep up with them. I didn't like watching myself get older on camera. I was struggling to do everything by myself because I couldn't afford to hire help. And finally, I had extreme social media anxiety. Telling me to go public was like putting me in an auditorium in front of 100,000 people and telling me to speak. In my mind, it was the same thing. I didn't choose this niche because it was trendy or had strong keywords. I chose this niche because, as you can probably tell by now, I spent years personally navigating the pain, one expense at a time, one hard job at a time, one roadblock at a time. So let me ask you, can you relate to any of these? If so, let me know in the comments. But then, and here comes the good news, I discovered faceless strategies. And not only that, but more and more AI software was coming out all the time, making it easier than ever before. But I had to learn it, and I had to figure it all out. And that's exactly what I want to share with you here. In the description below, I share several free training resources that cover multiple faceless strategies, so you can choose what works best for your personality and comfort level. If you're an introvert or simply a private person who wants real, sustainable ways to earn online without getting on camera, make sure you subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I have many valuable ideas and strategies to share with you. I invite you to join me as together we are going to learn and discover practical and up-to-date strategies for faceless content, online income, and AI-powered systems without any hype or pressure. And the best part, you no longer need to pretend to be someone you're not. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in that next video.